It's me again. Let's finish this animation. Let's finish this thing. I was going to edit the videos in the plan, and I was remembering the first video. Like I was like, I'm going to finish this in one day. Fuck. Okay, let's finish this. So this dude is, oops, standing. Whoop. So I'm slowing into this pose, and also slowing out from this pose. Need more time here. Maybe here in the middle, I can move a little bit to this side. So weight comes that way and then turns that way. Boom. So on this side, twist and moving the character. This leg here is going to turn into this leg here. Boom. So I'm flipping here always. And all the support of this leg is still on this knee, so I'm keeping the same shape here. Maybe moving a little bit towards that side, also the body, moving the body like that towards that side. Maybe the arm stays there also at the same point of, oopsie, okay, need to key this. So the arm can stay, oopsie, let me block everything that is not a stir fryer. So yeah, this shoulder will follow the body of this dude. It's connected there between those two lines. But still I want to feel place here on the ground. And then this, I still want to be like here. Maybe this goes a little bit like this. I'm trying to track the shapes. I mean, tracking like the angles of these pieces, so it feels like it's staying at the same position. Soft. This make these shapes a bit more softer. There you go. So I'm doing a combination between pose to pose and straight ahead. And because I already put the time on the key poses, I'm confident that this animation is looking good. Say my name and sound so sweet. So for everyone who doesn't know, when I work, I listen to music. So if you hear me singing like crazy, it's because of that. So there you go. This leg comes like this. The color of these legs reveals about there. Maybe I can reveal a bit of that part. Overcomplicating stuff. There you go. Boom. So it's going that way and then that direction. This thing turns also a bit that way. And this turns this way. This hand can either drag a bit here. Let's see how this looks. Yeah, this hand can drag a little bit. Like that. And now this line turns here towards camera. Awesome. These underpants should be revealing here yet. Amazing, this line, what the heck is doing? Awesome, pam pam. Then I'm marking this with blue color so I can identify this is that is a breakdown. Now this arm should come a little bit here lower. So, and I'm always trying to find roundness in my movements, not just moving super straight. Just if it's like an intentional, just if I intentionally want to move like in a straight line. But most of the time, I try to look for that roundness in the movement, like going left and right, and that's some natural. That's the natural way that the body moves. So it's not like coming up with something new. It's just what it's how the things move. So here I can go like this because I'm putting some pressure here on this arm. Maybe this line can turn like this. So this is what I'm avoiding on the posing process, just moving stuff around to see if this works. But here in the animation, I'm actually moving stuff around just to feel how things turns, where the weight is being pushed and all of those stuff. All of those nerdy stuff. This is actually the fight. Like all the things that we did before, the animatic and all that, that's only the map. Like that's the preparation. This is actually the fight. This is actually the fight. So you're seeing me fighting this war right now. And this is what I wanted to just show here in social media, all the behind the scenes of how it is to make a short film. Or my process, not how it is, like essentially for everyone, but my process. And I found a way of standardizing my process so I can focus on building a universe and creating ideas more than just exploring different art styles. Because yeah, I'm inspired by art styles and all of that, but yep, you know what? I'm more inspired by stories, by building universe, by building characters. Yeah, I can show a little bit of that part. That will actually add some depth on that part on that character. Where's the mouth? Here. I'm copy and pasting this mouth. No. Better. Feels like he's standing up. Young, young. Oopsie. Young, young. Wow, wow. Oh, wow. I'm thinking of, like I'm thinking about this dude like a Megazord. Or like a transformer. Down, down. Listen, it's going there, it's coming there. Then boom. Then actually I can poop get here sooner, but overshooting this. Like moving this to the bit towards that way. This leg, just squashing this leg a bit there. Too fast. I feel very there. And this one comes here connecting with the movement of the body. Here is affecting the timing because I changed some things here to 105. And you'll be like, Henry, why are you moving there? I have no idea how to explain that, but I will soon. I will soon. Right now, I just want to animate. Boom, boom. And because literally my intention is not teaching, it's not teaching at all, it's documenting this stuff. Even though I like to talk about the nerdy stuff about animation a lot. Dude, I'm okay with just showing all of this stuff. Because my throat is hurting. I don't know if because of talking or smoking, but yeah, I'll try to explain those things. What I'm doing right now is putting that breakdown in there, breakdown there, and the key pose here. But this breakdown is like an overshoot, so it will be like extreme. I don't know. And from this pose to this pose, I'm like, from this pose to this pose, I am slowing in. So think about this. The box here at the right, this right time ratio is like a slow in, and right and left time ratio is a slow out. And if you don't know what is the difference between a slow in and a slow out, I cannot help you. So a slow out is the acceleration, and the slow in is how is that we slow into the final pose, right? And the bigger the number that we put, the bigger the number we put on the right means that the bigger the number, the strongest the slow in will be. The lowest the number, the more subtle this slow in will be. At the left hand ratio, the bigger the number, more time will take to accelerate or to take off of that pose. And the lower the number, the more fast that these characters will going to get out of that pose. You got it? So slow out on the left, slow in on the the on the right. So I'm slowing in here. 22 super even. I want super even here, tell me, because it's super slow. It's super slow. Boom. But here, for example, on this part, when you do this like the movement that pushes here is going to be faster. So the slow out from this pose to this pose is going to be faster. So the slow out from this pose, the slow out from this pose is this one. So okay, I just have to think about also in this way. This is the slow out. This is the frame, right? So this is the slow out from this frame to the next one. This is a slow in from this frame to the previous one. So sorry, everything that I explained before was sort of a little wrong. This is the slow out from this frame to the other frame, the acceleration from this frame to this frame. This is the slow out, this is a slow in from the previous before to this frame, and this is the slow out from this frame to the next one. So from here, the slow out from here, I want to be like 11, and because I want this to be fast, like boom, pushing, and the forces that hold on here is going to be like a little bit higher. So this 22 will be like a 44, for example, and the comeback will also take some time to push the way to the other side. So instead of being 22, it's going to be 44, and here could be 44 too. See? See? Boom, boom. And maybe I can keep overshooting here, but here like backpack, and I can color this with orange. Boop. Boom, boom. Uh-huh. But this is too much, so I'm going to take that frame and put something like this. Boom, boom, boom. Awesome. And then here I can create a slow out 44 to 0. Too much. It's 22. Yeah, that works. Boom, boom, boom. Maybe more time here. Boom, 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 boom. Awesome. Here, for example, I can tilt, I can grab all of these parts of the face, move a little bit to the right. Same with this, same with this. I can reveal this a little bit more. So this will add, these little details here will add a little bit of depth into the movement of this character. Believe it or not. You see? Awesome. Here, I want to hold here for a bit more. So yeah, let's put the 55. I want this to, yeah, I want this time to extend a bit more. Actually, I want these lower part to be more. There you go. Maybe not 44, maybe 33. The thing is that when I start moving these frames around, these properties start changing. Don't ask me why, I don't even know. So I have to go back again and put those numbers. Here, for example, I can tweak this thing, something like this. Oop, too much supercell. So see this movement that I make here? I'm just maybe taking this frame, dragging this frame. That's it. Yep, that's enough. It's like I remember a meme. Okay, awesome. There you go. Amazing. And now, for example, here I'm going to do something. I'm coming here to this tool. This is telling to boom select both frames and drawing. So if I come here to the hand and I select the frame and I move this frame of the hand, that will also move the drawing. But if I come here and I'm telling to boom like just select the drawing, don't drag just select the frame, don't drag the drawing. See? And if I select this, it's like just drag the drawing, don't drag the frame. So if I do this, see the frame stays there, but the drawing moved over here. So what I'm going to do is just by selecting this frame, by selecting this, or by selecting this, or well, if I already opened this timeline and I'm seeing the drawing, I can just come here to this normal view and move stuff around. So what I'm going to do is move this part of the hand earlier, somewhere around here. So you see, so if I change the drawing in the middle of the movement, it will be unnoticeable that this drawing changes because I'm trying to change this drawing in the middle of the movement. Boop, it is popping there, so it's not working very well there. So maybe around here, not working well, but I'll add some arc then on the arm there to make to hide that movement of the hand. Awesome. What I'm going to do now is break this twinning that is in ones into twos. Before doing that, let me see if I can add more arcs in another part of this character. I don't care about those things flipping because once I break these on twos, I can just track that line individually. So this opens the leg, puts the leg there. Okay, here the arm can goes like a little bit backwards, something like this. Something like this. Open here. This arm can start turning like down like this. So it's doing an arc. That's not what I expected. Fuck. Come on, come on. So, boom. Okay, I'm looking only at this point. Boom. Trying to build an arc here. There you go, something like this. And then this arm over here. What can I do with you, dude? Maybe to the front. Yep. And then here can continue the movement. Okay, so here I'm going to grab the hand and create the arc with the hand and connect the arm to that arc of the hand that I'm going to create. Awesome. Come on, like there you go. moving weirdly, but I don't care because I'm going to fix all of that when I start moving these on twos. So I'm just adding some arcs. Oops. Oops. There you go. And all the slow ins and slow outs that I put here on the body is also affecting that arm. And those are things that we are going to change in a minute. Right now I'm moving all of this roughly towards an arc. Then these will come something like this. Big. Okay, so I'm coming here inside of the arm and I'm getting rid of all of these properties that I put here because the timing of the arms will be different from the body. See, now it's working differently. Because I moved those deformers, these have like the volumes are acting weirdly, so I'm going to fix that. Now I get that clean arc on the hand, the arm. So what is happening here is that this line is going back. So the space in between these two, the volume between these two lines is getting bigger, which is making the character feel weird. This line is also moving weird. So I can copy paste this here. Tracking these lines. And the angles of these lines too. Now this line, see how it's going up. Awesome. Yeah, now it's not moving that weird. Same thing here. Just tracking this line. There you go. Boom, boom, boom. Oops. There you go. Boom. Now this arm, the arc of this arm. Back, back, back. See, it's like tack, tack, tack. Awful. So let's move this a bit towards this direction. Here's staying on an infinity, and it's like staying there in the same place. Coming there, and then this is the ending pose. So let's create an arc here. This comes like this. What is happening here? Oopsie. Arc, 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 arc. Then I'm taking all this arm and taking out all of the properties that I put for a slow in and slow out. 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0. Awesome. This arm, ooh, this will move my hand. Yes, no, la concha. You know what? I will not guess. So new drawing poop frame, 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 frame. So this will be like this. This is like a rough sketch that I'm going to do to just move faster. These drags. Who's the perspective? I'm progressively rotating this shape into this pose. Yeah. Yeah, that's okay. Then this move rotates this way. Also, I have something like that. There you go, I'm twinning all of this. Bum, 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 bum. Getting out of this drawing. And now here, I'm starting to break all of these twos, and here is where I'm going to polish those arcs and all of that stuff. Boom, boom, boom. All of these on twos, bam. Oops. Have to make sure everything is twinning properly. So I'm pressing my twinning shortcut to make sure everything is twinning. On twos. Awesome. And then I'm going to polish on top of these all the arcs. And to avoid wasting time eyeballing all of those and stuff, I'm doing something. I'm creating a new layer, and in this new layer I'm going to track the arcs of the parts that are bothering for me the most, which is all the main parts. There will be the arms. So for example, I'm going to put a point here. Wait. Where's this one? And let's bring this layer towards the front. How long is this video? 29 minutes. Not bad. As you can see, this is taking a lot of my concentration. I'm going frame by frame, also to look at the spacing of these things and the arcs that I'm building. Actually, let me grab a corner from here. This could be this corner. And this is staying here like an stupid. And then it's going down like, then it's going here. Bad. Okay, so I'm going to refine that arc. No, which other? Let's look at this one. There's a lot of stupid thing happening here. So I might have to put some frames there. I'm going to track this new point here because this shape changed into this other hand. So I'm trying to grab the corners here back. Oops, which corner I grab here? Okay, this one. Look at that horrible spacing there. So I'm going to go frame by frame, just polishing those arcs. Now let's look at the arc of the body, which is going to be, let's choose this one. No, it's not the best tracking point. Let's choose this dot here. It's the same place there, almost. So here, the same place, and then popping here, then going backwards. I think I can do something here. Oh, this is not the first one. Shoot. Interesting. Awesome. Let's look at our report just in case. So the volumes of this horn is moving around, but that's something that I'm going to do frame by frame. Awesome. So now that I track the spacing of those parts, I can do something better. First of all, this point should be around here, so I can make this perfect arc here. This arm should be around here. Now I can push this frame here in the middle up. So this, I spread a bit these points here. That will be the fix for this one. There's another crazy stuff happening here. So instead of, well, I can fix those manually. Now the other arm. This is not like a clean path. It's something like this. So I can polish that path. This point should be here, here. That's okay. It's okay. Maybe I can go down here instead of going back the same way like this. We're going this and then it's like this. Instead of going like that, I can go this direction. So I'm creating like this path here instead of being like so confusing there. Okay. And for the body, I can move this dot here, this dot here, so I create more of like a subtle curve, like this. Yeah, it will be something like this. Whoop! Awesome. Time to animate again these parts. Well, time to just go here frame by frame and polish those stuff. So the hand. So I'm dragging here a bit here the fingers. Just move a little bit this direction, this direction, this direction, up, Actually, we don't need this frame, and we can move all of this here. Boom, boom. Settling into this. So I'm getting rid of the frames here and just allowing Toon Boom to give me those curves there. Awesome. Boom, 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 boom. Now here I want to slow out from this pose a bit more. So here I can start getting out of this pose. Like that. Awesome, see? More smooth. And then the only thing that I do here is connecting this arm with this wrist. So this will be something like this. Too much. Boom. Awesome. That arm is also doing weird stuff, so that's something that I must always also polish around. Clack, clack. Well, the arc of the hand is better. Let's polish a bit this horrible arm here. Oops, it's connected directly to this thing. So here from here is popping. Let's create another drawing here. Okay, we fixed this. We don't need this anymore. Let's fix these. Let's fix this arm. So I'm going to grab this point here. Awful. That's why I never rely on what Toon Boom give me, because it will never be good crazy animation. It will just be poop. We have to modify and edit all of this stuff. Awesome, this will be a better arc. So I'm going to grab this thing, these two dots here. This I think will be the main issue. How can I make? Oh no, I need another shape of the arm here. Boom, boom, boom. All of this together comes like this. How long is this video? 38? Not bad. Awesome, we have that shape for the arm there. Maybe for shortening this a bit more because it's coming towards camera. We're going around here. We're going around here. Awesome. Smoothly. Then here, these 2 points will come around here too. Something like here. Blam. This line will come here. This line will come here. Awesome. Cool. This comes up. Up. Let's see how this thing looks like. Whoopa! I'm not wasting all my night on that arm, so I'm leaving here something decent, but not perfect. Black, black. This is moving too fast here. Awesome. I'm tracking this line. Copy and pasting here, just letting Toon Boom twin this part for me. And slowing in here for that 33, same as the arm. Pum pum pum. And that the same thing I have to do with every single line. But yeah, I'll do a polish pass later. For now, I'm going to fix all of those arcs. Because that other arm is a mess. Okay, let's get rid of this thing here for now. Actually, I'm not thinking too much of I shouldn't. I just need a simple movement of the arms. I shouldn't have too much arcs. Well, there you go. I shouldn't have too much arcs. Because I'm going to animate water around this dude. La puta madre, fuck. Okay, let's simplify this dude. Maybe I don't need too many arcs. Yeah, cannot waste my energy here. Yeah, dude, I don't need too much on the arcs here. What the heck I'm doing? Get out of here. What the heck I'm doing there? Juice. Yeah, this hand, actually I can hide this hand around here. Oopsie. Oopsie. So I'm making these arms low, smaller, trying to twin between these hands without having to add arcs because I don't need to add too many movements here. Maybe I can even put this hand here because it's underwater and change it around here. Bam, is slapping there. I should keep a little bit more of the flat shape that this hand previously had. Yeah, that is less noticeable. Can even make this hand a bit smaller. There you go. I didn't have to make all of that crazy stuff. Because all of this dude will be full of acid, I don't need to add all of that stuff. Maybe on the other arm, why not? I already had all of that crazy things. Well, otherwise I will not do that. And the things like I get lost into all the fanciness of our animation without thinking like, dude, what is the thing that I need on this scene? On this scene, I don't need too much. I just need this dude to stand up. Boop. So there you go. You saw how I waste time on these things too. What is happening here? Why am I not revealing this? There you go, something here. This comes like, but well, now you see how I track the pace, the spacing, and the spacing and the arcs of the pieces of my character when I have to do so. Sometimes I eyeball, like I did here, and it works. What is happening here with all of these underpants and this cutter? Oh, hold on, 47. Ah, la concha, I wasted too much time on that arm. Whatever. Boom, boom, boom. Boom, boom. Oh, should I create that arc on the body? I already did. So here it's up. No, just this part. Yeah, just this part. Oopsie. Let's see how this little movement affected all of this. Not bad. Not bad. Awesome. I'm pretty sure that I'm going to get rid of that arm movement later. But for now, let's leave it like that. Now let's clean this leg for a bit. This line have to come on top. This line have to come on top. This comes like this. Awesome. This upper leg comes like that. This is the shadow. I'm going to copy the same shape here, the same shape here, and just rotating. Same shape here. This knee will be exactly the same here and here. And here too, but I start moving this knee a bit. I don't need to show how I'm revealing this leg. I can just pop there to that leg and that's it. Awesome. This frame is so up, so I'm just moving things around like here, like this. It's just an illusion. Copy this line here, start moving this up. This copy this here, starts moving up. Copy this here, starts moving this up. Copy the final line here and here. Awesome. Oopsie, he's slapping there. See? Back. Unnecessary movement. Perfect. Perfect. Yeah, I don't need that F movement on the arm, too exaggerated. I just need that slow movement on the arm. All for the fanciness of animation. Bullshit. Now I'm looking here and trying to create an arc with my mind with this dot of this horn. There you go. Awesome. 20% of battery in my phone. I don't care. Now this should be here. It should be like something like this. Awesome. Copy and paste. Paste, 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 paste. Ah, la concha de tu madre. Something like that. It starts getting bigger. Not too abruptly. Oopsie. Let's see. Yeah, good. Working. Yeah, it's moving too. It's moving too much. Slow out here. Not that bad. Yeah, it's not bothering me there. Awesome. Now we are jumping from here to this pose. So copying and pasting this key here. And we are slowing out of this pose a bit. From here. Need this frame. And then we jump here. Then I need a slow in here. So I'm snapping into the other pose. So from here, yeah, this frame and this frame, then we connect there. And here I'm literally copying the same arms from here to here. Boom. And here I can even overshoot these arms like down, like something like this. It's just snapping like fum. And here I'm leaving one gap between this frame that I'm going to create and the frame before. So okay, let's see. Boom, boom, boom. Oh, not two. Yeah, that's faster. And then here I want to tilt this backwards. So I'm moving these parts up. And then I'm also opening this mouth like crazy. This number comes up like that. There you go. What time is it? 10:21. This underpants goes up a bit, moving everything. Of course, this part also goes up. And then I can just move all of this like. This reminds me to a scene from Daksha. Awesome. Maybe I can squash these things a bit more. Awesome. So, boom, boom. Maybe you can just jump directly to this pose. Just I don't need in between this dude. Boom, boom. Too simple. Let me see what happens, how this look if I add in betweens here. Let me loop all of this. No, what I'm going to do instead is the following. Here, this pose I'm going to alter, and this is going to be yellow. And this yellow pose, I'm going to tweak some things around so it's not the same. So it's not going always from A to B, A to B, but it's going from A to B to F to A to B to F to A to B to F. I don't know if you get what I say, but it's not always the same. Maybe adding a little bit of a rotation here on this side. More movement on the arms. No, oops, this comes like here. Then from here to, okay, now here we loop this. Let me mark a frame here. Let me mark a frame here and here. So the loop starts again from here. Maybe all of this, because I want this dude to move like crazy, all of this should be on one. 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 Copy paste, copy paste, copy paste. Let's see how this looks. Boom, boom. Oh! Okay, this is not a big deal, so I can keep doing something like this. But here, I need more time slowing out to this pose. So I'm going to slow out here, like 88. Yeah. Boom, boom. Roar. Maybe in this frame, I can stretch these eyes like this. This one like this too. Maybe this could be on the ones. Yep. Amazing. What else can I stretch here? The mouth. Can I stretch the mouth here? Amazing. Even the numbers. 31 degrees Fahrenheit. And you don't see it, but you can feel it. And the arms can be the same here. Actually, these arms here. There you go. Boom, boom. Roar. Boom, boom. Roar. We're getting rid of these drawings here. Boom, boom. Roar. Move to the other side. And from here to here, we're jumping. So let's turn off the camera. Boom. This loop is longer. I'll say it longer. Then we moved from here to here. Boom. Shoot faster. It's like, so let's try to get to that sound. It's like, super snappy. I can slow in harder on this pose. And slow out harder here too. Boom. And you can overshoot. It's like down and up. Amazing. So I'm coming here. Oopsie. Purple. So I'm tilting this a bit. I'm rotating back and down. Ah, la puta, no. Moving everything even a bit down. Maybe the underpants also comes a little bit down. Also. And the arms here up. Where's this arm? Here. Down. Oops. Down. Not too much. Then I can also squash these eyes a bit. Eyes. There you go, beautiful. His mouth also a bit. So this is going to be a slow out, which is working well here. And here's I'm going to stretch the pose and also make some crazy stuff here. So poke poke. This eye will come like this. Horrible. Eh? No, it's not working. Maybe on once. There you go. Boom. Nice. Boom. 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 Actually, I should bend the knees a bit here more. So I'm going to move this towards the front. This towards this side. And this, maybe you can move this line a bit down like this. This leg will move like this. Now also this bottom part of the robot also have to move down. Boom. So we're feeling some weight here. Awesome. Just overall grabbing this dude and being like, awesome. And then just in one frame coming here. 44, what time is it? 19. Yep. Frame here. We mark this as key. There you go. Boom. Boom. Actually, I need this frame here. Maybe I don't need this slow out if I want that feeling of, yeah. Yeah, I don't need this slow out. Yeah, it's super snappy. Like, now the arcs of this dude. A bit down. I'm moving by millimeters this dude just to create a peeling arcs. Okay, and the arm here, what the heck happened here? Shun shun shun. Maybe I can even hear in some waving, like stretching this hand. Yep. It's me playing around until I like what I'm doing. Here this hand, I have to change this hand in the middle of the movement so it's not noticeable when it's changing. Look at that arc of that hand is so dumb. No, such a waste of time there. I just have to copy this last frame here. Let me Command Z. Awesome. This frame here. This frame here and here. I don't need to put too much time there. Boom. 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 Oopsie. Boom. Awesome. That's it. That's it. Simple. 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 And then we're having the walk, or the weight change, the weight shift towards the other position. That we're going to do that in another video. So this is the first part of the animation. The second part will be like all of the attack, and the third part will be the walk cycle, which is going to be a specific video on how I approach walk cycle. Boom, boom. And the camera follows this dude. Boom, boom. Boom. That's it. First part of the animation process. You saw me wasting time. You saw me how I track the spacing, and how can I also track and tweak all the arcs of the parts of my character. How important is first to think before animating, so we avoid wasting time on pushing animation more than is needed, and how can I create a snappy animation by jumping from frame to frame just by having super pushed slow ins and slow outs, and the animation will look well. Okay, nice. So see you in the next video. Subscribe and like. Bye.